Good morning. Thank you for coming. I call the press conference to address a crucial issue, illegal immigration. There are two reasons why I wish to address you today. First, the Arizona law has forced the illegal immigration problem onto center stage. And second, my opponent has been using every opportunity to misstate my record on immigration because of my profession. I'm hoping to set the record straight. Let's talk about the current national crisis. The Arizona State Legislature took decisive action to protect its state and people from an onslaught of violence. Also, its social service agencies are being overwhelmed by the presence of close to 500,000 illegal immigrants. According to a report by the National Drug Intelligence Center, we're seeing an average of 3 Border Patrol agents physically attacked each and every day. That same report found that someone is kidnapped every 35 hours in Phoenix. Of course, Arizona was compelled to act. The anger and criticism against the state is misplaced. It should be directed at the federal government, which has failed to act decisively on this issue and has played games with this problem for over 20 years instead of finding real solutions. I'm not here to tell Arizona what it should do, but the problem with their approach is that it simply won't work by itself. It is clear that we cannot have a piecemeal solution to the problem of illegal immigration. Arizona currently has the strictest illegal immigration laws of any state, and they still have close to 500,000 illegal aliens. It is the duty of the federal government, not the individual states, to guard, protect, and secure our borders. The states simply don't have the resources. Instead of dealing with unconstitutional sideshows like the federal takeover of healthcare, Congress should be focused now on its constitutional duty to protect our nation. Now, Mr. Ward's campaign is using innuendo to suggest that I can't be trusted to properly address the issue of illegal immigration. He is hoping, it seems, to appeal to the darkest recesses of the human soul by taking cheap advantage of my work in immigration law and maybe even my ethnic heritage. But frankly, I think those are qualities which make me uniquely qualified to help find real, lasting solutions to the crisis. To that end, I want Idahoans to hear from me directly. These are the principles I would advocate should I have the honor to become your next congressman. First, we must simply enforce the laws that are already in the books. It is already unlawful for any foreigner to be in the United States without proper documentation. In addition, federal law already makes it a crime to hire illegal aliens. Let's just enforce those laws. Second, no meaningful reform can move forward without securing our borders. Americans need to know for certain that the federal government is in control of our borders, not a bunch of drug dealers, criminals, and terrorists. This situation down there is serious, very serious, and getting worse. To secure our nation, I advocate sending the military to the border to battle the criminals terrorizing our border towns, just like they're battling Islamic terrorists in Afghanistan and Iraq. The military should provide serious firepower and backup to our Border Patrol agents. The abuse of our citizens, our sovereignty, must simply end. I call upon President Obama to send military forces to the border immediately. Third, once the chaos at the border has subsided, I believe we can have a rational discussion about what we should do with those already here, those who got here illegally. We can have a conversation about the need of Idaho's agricultural sector for a steady, dependable supply of labor. We need to greatly streamline our guest worker program while making sure American workers are protected against the inflow of cheap labor. Let me make it clear, especially to Mr. Ward and his handlers, that I do not support amnesty for illegal aliens. That's why I have always advocated that those here illegally must return to their home countries and apply to re-enter per the laws of the United States of America. However, I believe massive police roundups are both frightening and expensive. They will deplete our resources, and I fear will take too long, far too long. Therefore, to help speed up the process, I would be willing to offer illegals who have a desire to become legal, productive members of our society an incentive to come forward. Should they do so willingly and in some reasonable time frame, we would give them consideration by the State Department to return legally. Those we have to go find and arrest, well, they will be punished accordingly. My fellow Idahoans, despite what you may be hearing out there, I am not soft on illegal immigration. I understand the issue better than probably anybody else in the state of Idaho. I have great respect for the law. That is why I spent years to become an attorney. If our immigration laws are not enforced, they will never be respected. This challenge is reaching a critical stage. If we do not address this issue properly, we may see social unrest and heightened racial tensions. No one wants that. While we're dealing with policies and legal issues, it is important for us to remember that we're still dealing with human beings. Let us not forget that they too are children of God. America is a great and generous country built by immigrants, but is also a nation built on the law. We must once and for all restore a system of legal immigration that makes sense and provides opportunity for those who want to help us build a better and stronger nation. I will close by sharing with you just a few words from Ronald Reagan's farewell address to the nation on January 11th, 1989. He shared his vision of America, and it's a vision that I too share. He talked about his shining city upon a hill. He said, quote, "I've spoken of the shining city all my political life, but I don't know if I ever quite communicated what I saw when I said it. But in my mind, it was a tall, proud city, built on rocks stronger than oceans, windswept, God-blessed, and teeming with people of all kinds living in harmony and peace. A city with free ports that hummed with commerce and creativity. And if there had to be city walls, the walls had doors, and the doors were open to anyone with the will and the heart to get here. That's how I saw it and see it still." Thank you very much. Now we'll stand for questions.